Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and gamers out there. I hope you all having a awesome day. Hope you had a awesome 4th of July weekend. I know my family and I did. And I was supposed to do the next Karate Kid movie review video today, but when I did a little research, wikipedia.org for a good example, it came out August 12th of 1994, and I was like, okay, that gave me time, so be on the lookout for that. And I did do a Various Thoughts Volume 159 and 160, and unfortunately, I forgot to add Splinter Cell Double Agent and Splinter Cell Conviction, a mini review. So let me get those two games out the way for all you Splinter Cell fans out there. I apologize for not adding that in there. That's on me. You can yell at me in the comment section and tell me how worthless I am. You son, shut your mouth. I said I apologize. Hopefully this microphone, which is the fifine K658, pick up. Hope you guys can hear me while using this microphone. Anyway, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent is a 2006 stealth game developed by Ubisoft Milan and Ubisoft Shanghai, published by Ubisoft. The Splinter Cell series, endorsed by American author Tom Clancy, follows Sam Fisher, agent employed by Black Ops Division of the National Security Agency, or NSA, dubbed the Third Echelon. The game was released for Nintendo GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Xbox 360 in October 2006. The Nintendo Wii and Windows versions were released in November 2006. The PlayStation 3 version was released in March of 2007. Here's the interesting part. There are two separate versions of Double Agent. The first version, made by Ubisoft Montreal, which made Splinter Cell 1 and Splinter Cell 3 Chaos Theory, was released in GameCube, PlayStation 2, Nintendo Wii, and Xbox. The second version was made by Ubisoft Milan and Ubisoft Shanghai, developers of the Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, which is the sequel, and what was released for PlayStation 3, PC, and Xbox 360. Ubisoft Milan and Shanghai versions features a completely custom engine, while the Ubisoft Montreal version is built on the technology of the earlier Splinter Cell games. I'm thinking the trilogy 1, 2, and 3. The games share the same general plot, but feature different storylines, plot twists, and levels. They do, however, shares the same background music, a few cutscenes, and all voice actors. Another separate version for the mobile phones was developed by Gameloft. The Splinter Cell Double Agent was received positive reviews from critics for most platforms. The sequel, titled Conviction, was released in 2010. You can check it out on wikipedia.org. I'm not going to bore you all to death. Look, I took some notes. I've written it down. What was my greatness and what my stinkiness? There ain't no ugly, what the bleep, whatever. So I just want to get this out the way. Now, my greatness, when you play that game, when you play Splinter Cell Double Agent, you feel right at home. That old school Splinter Cell feeling. You can't escape it. It is phenomenal. The controls, the graphics, the sounds, yes, there is replay value, but here's the stinkiness. There's very little of it. Who plays Splinter Cell for multiplayer? Oh, I forgot the multiplayer junkies. My bad. Pulling a double duty for John Brown Army and the NSA, which is the National Security Agency, that can be really tough because it's that morality system where if you do something bad for the JBA, the media goes to left. If you do something good for the NSA, it goes to the right. So there you go. If you do something in the middle, guess what? It'll go into the middle. Sometimes it will stay in the middle. So just be on the lookout for that when you do play that game. Now, being stuck in the JBA headquarters most of the game, it truly stinks. Especially that game. I mean, this is the 7th video game generation version of the Double Agent, which is the Xbox 360 and PC and PS3. I mean, yeah, you get to go outside and do your thing, Splinter Cell style, but once you're in the JBA headquarters, this is where you'll be like, yeah, you kill time, but you got to get this is where the stealth and the cutting, that's where it shines, but it is just pure luck. You can't knock anybody out. You have to distract, you have to collect evidence, fingerprints, I mean everything. Now the 6th video game generation version of that game, which is the Xbox, the PlayStation 2 and etc., you have a rubber gun. You can knock out all the members of the JBA organization. That's the beauty of it, you know what I mean? And that's why I love that version of the game more than I do with the 7th gaming generation. In fact, I had to get away from that game. I ended up rage quitting because I messed up so bad to the point where I stopped playing it and just watch, the walkthroughs and read the directions of the game, especially the JBA headquarters walkthrough, for at least a year and a half before I rent the game and end up beating it. So you just got to take your time in that game, and it's all about luck as well. So what do I think about Splinter Cell Double Agent? I think it's awesome. I think it's a fantastic game. Anybody wants a challenge, knock yourself out. My verdict, it's great but not excellent. Now, Splinter Cell Conviction, if I can get, hold on a second. Yeah, here we go. Splinter Cell Conviction is a 2010 stealth action adventure game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Microsoft Game Studios and Ubisoft. The game is a sequel to Double Agent and part of the Splinter Cell series. The key members of the Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas team, such as creator director Maximine Beelan, worked on that game. It released for PC and Xbox 360 in April 2010. Gameloft released a handheld version for Apple's iOS in May/July 2010. There were also versions available for Android phone, Windows Phone, and Bada, as well as the side-scrolling 2D versions of mobile phones. Splinter Cell Conviction received positive reviews from critics. It praised for its gameplay, art direction, and narrative. Although the criticisms of the short length of the campaign, departure of the stealth genre compared to previous titles, the game had sold 1.9 million units by July 2010. The sequel, titled Blacklist, released in 2013. By the way, I did not beat not only the Splinter Cell 1, which is the first game of the franchise, I did not beat Splinter Cell Blacklist. In fact, it's still on the PS3. I'm in the middle of that game, so forgive me. Now, the greatness and the stinkiness. Okay, let me get the stinkiness out the way. The trash story, unbalanced. Where's the challenge? It felt like it was run and gun, in my opinion. Zero replay value. Enemies are too easy to take down. No picking up bodies and moving them out of sight. Gadgets, iconic weapons, gone. So out with the old and bring in the new, I guess. And the greatness, the graphics, the sound, the voice acting, the controls, fast-paced gameplay compared to past games. I'm pretty sure there are people out there who didn't like the previous Splinter Cell games, absolutely gonna love Splinter Cell Conviction. So I would have to say that Splinter Cell Conviction is an average game. There are things that I like, but there are things I didn't like. So what do y'all think about Splinter Cell Conviction? And I'll check you guys later. Salute.